Hey everybody, Life's Journey at 50 here. So someone had put into a comment about kind of my mic hookup and stuff like that. So let's kind of walk through this and I'll give you a kind of a picture of how I do this. You might be able to see this camera kind of got something pointing down here, kind of help that out a little bit. And this way you guys can try to get the views as I possibly can for you. So on my cameras, I've laundry listed kind of what I use if you guys look at the comments below. But I use DJI now. I switched over from GoPro. That's a whole nother conversation. But so, I don't know. It's been almost 9 months, 10 months since I switched to DJI and have had no issues. A couple quirky things that I will say. So I use a DJI 5 camera now. I've been using the 4s, and this can apply to the 4s as well. So you guys will see, and hopefully I'll be able to get this into this. Let me see if I can get this. You guys will be able to see this when I get the shots in here. So on the DJI 5, so I use a Lavalier mic, and I'll put a picture in there, but that's where it's a little bit of a mic. You guys can see it. It's just a little bit of a mic. It sticks down there. And then I thread it through the helmet on the inside here. And then obviously it has this connector on the outside. So unlike the GoPros where you had the casing thing and you had to, plug it in there or whatever. So they have a little adapter. Now, this little adapter, it's USB-C. So when you plug that in there, and what you can do is obviously you could charge that to any of your chargers. Well, what happens when it rains? And so what I do is I just take a little bit of duct tape just to cover that connector up so water doesn't get into it. And then obviously I snap that in there. You guys probably heard that. And then there's a little plug-in for the mic. So again, all I do is plug the Lavalier mic into this, and then obviously this camera snaps onto my mount magnetically, which is one of the biggest reasons why I switched. And then this is a Django. I'll leave a link for this. You can get it on Amazon. I think it's like 30 bucks or something like that. And then get the connectors, because I like it out just a little bit further away from the chin here. This way, when I turn it on, I can actually see the camera. So that's kind of how that setup is. There you go. And hopefully you guys can see that right here. And then all this does here, it just clips in right there. So you guys can see that all it is it pops right in there, and then I'm good to go. And so the mic is tucked in right here. It's right next to my mouth. And it used to be worse when I had the GoPro. Probably my videos from early 24. Yeah, early 24 and forward, you heard a lot of heavy breathing. Everybody used to make fun of me because it was like, I had people, it's porno breath, which is kind of funny, but anyhow. So I think I do a little bit better on that, and I tuck the mic in, and then I make some adjustments and stuff like that. So that's kind of how I hook my my camera up, and that's how I do my sound. Now, let's be honest here. Some folks, and I think Ian, and there's some other folks that too, will take this mic, which you guys are hearing me, sorry about that. We'll take this mic, which is a DJI, and this comes with the camera I'm recording on. And then you can link this to your action camera, and then you can mount it somewhere inside your helmet here. Now, I don't do that. And I know guys that will try to duct tape it in here. They will try to, I don't know, mount it, in here with a strap, all that stuff. I'm not a big fan of that. Two reasons why. A, I'm afraid this thing will come loose, and it's pretty expensive. Now, granted, I have the mic 2s here as well, and I could, you know, attach those as well, so I have backup or whatever. But I get afraid of is that I would lose it, like it would come loose and I would lose it. And then the other factor is the lavalier mic, I don't need a battery for the mic. It plugs right into the unit and I'm off to the races. This, as you guys can see, this has a battery and eventually this thing dies. And if you forget to turn it off, if you take your helmet off and stop someplace or any of those things, then, you know, you could run into issues with that, or you just forget to turn it on or whatever. Whereas the lavalier mic, I feel, is always locked in. So again, now I have a couple of different Django's or whatever. It's not the movie. Not Django's. But I have a couple of different ones of these, and same thing. All I've done is same thing. I've threaded the wires and stuff just around the ear mount. If you got speakers, you can just lace it inside and then just leave it long enough to where you can pop this off. So all my helmets have a lavalier mic in them. So this way I could just clip this off. I could put, you know, obviously take this one off. If I want to switch helmets, especially if you've been riding, if you're at a rally and if I'm trailering, I usually take 2 or 3 different helmets. And the reason why is because, especially during the summertime, it gets hot, sweaty, your helmet's sweaty, want it to air out for a day. If I don't have to, I would prefer not putting on a cold, damp, wet, sweaty helmet the next day. So I could, you know, unplug the mic, leave it on my Django, and then take this off here, slide it right back on, and bang. All I do is plug it back in, and I'm off to the races. So that's my setup for the mics. I think it's pretty simple. Again, I just get a little bit nervous when I see guys using this thing. Now they've had success. I'm not saying that they don't. But I also don't know if they've lost some and had to replace them. I don't know if they've, I know some guys that haven't turned them on, then they lose their audio. They don't have great audio. Battery dies on them. So I just kind of eliminate the whole process because this is expensive to replace, expensive equipment. And I just feel that the lavalier, although it might not be maybe as clear and you can't do the remoteness of it maybe, but I find that the lavalier has worked fine for me in my videos. It comes out clear enough and it's pretty simple to use, pretty easy setup to put them in all my helmets. So that's kind of what I do for connecting my mic and everything. I'll leave descriptions for all this stuff because this one comes with the Pocket, the Osmo 3 Pocket, and which is kind of nice. That's a creator content version for the DJI. And then obviously I'll leave links, but all the descriptions and everything are in my notes at the bottom that tells you all the equipment and stuff that I use. So, but yeah, so that gives you an idea. Use the Django's here, and I think, and actually, you know who turned me on to this was Sterling Noreen. If you guys know Sterling, he's the one that does all the BDR movies, and he's the one that turned me on to this thing and has really been easy. It's just fantastic. Easy to clip on. It stays on. I've never, again, knock on wood, use my head here, but I've never had this thing come off my helmet. It's always stays there. I do put the extra extensions on here so I can see the camera on my DJI in the back. So that makes a big difference to me. But yeah, so I just use a lavalier mic. I'll leave it, like I said, leave the description and stuff in there. But it's so easy to use the setup and just connect it and off to the races you go. One little trick, you just have to get that little USB thing here to add to your camera. And I just put a little bit of duct tape over the USB-C thing so the water doesn't get in there. And I've ridden, you guys have seen me, I've ridden through rain, a lot of everything. I've never had a problem with any of the cameras or anything going bad. So again, knock on wood. But all right, that's my setup. Helmet, mic, that's how I use it. Hopefully this is helpful for you. And get my trusty camera up here to show all my little doodads and gadgets. So, all right, gang, Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.